Oh.
Chapeka cam?
Chubby Cam?
Did I turn it on? I was going to in a minute.
No, you haven't yet.
I need to enable it. That's what I thought.
I love how Andrew's profile pic looks like he's just seen a small animal get hit by a car.
I forget what
I
meme
love
it's called.
that because
Welcome.
I love that because in that meme he's just talking to Godfrey.
I like my avatar.
Yeah, what's
But
happening there?
It's the
Joe Biden disappearing into the death spiral.
And he disconnects immediately.
Yeah.
Bro.
A meme I'm sure was created long before the midterms happened.
I like
Not
the
exactly.
weed. I like the weed ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how
It-
Republicans keep acting as if weed legalization is an unpopular, weird thing being pushed by the left. It's like, no, bro. Like, the vast majority of Americans are pro marijuana at this point. There's like 70% or something upon polls. Obviously, like, polls taken with a grain of salt. But, like, there's a reason many states are legalizing it. It's because it's a very popular thing to do.
Annika, can we see Giga Spud?
He's over there. You can see him. There he is.
Beast.
Please tell me that the Democratic death spiral wasn't actually a graphic used on Fox News.
It was in fact a graphic actually used on Fox News. That's why it's my avatar.
Oh God! How the fuck does anyone watch them with this fucking middle school tier like Photoshop shit? Jesus Christ!
It turns out if you lower the bar enough, you just get the audience that accepts the low bar.
Reminds me of Stephen Colbert's old bit, Things Destroying America.
Oh.
And the graphic for that was just like a big hand reaching through the center of a broken United States all menacingly, and it was meant to mock like Fox News graphics. And they've gone like way past that point. Like, I don't even know how you satirize Tucker Carlson at this point.
Live sludge reaction?
Face.
I do like taking the live Tucker reaction image and seeing people like smack it onto just like porn. That's funny. It's just like a guy just like pounding another guy's ass, and then in the little corner is Tucker Carlson going like resting concussion face.
Oh God!
All right. You shove a little more taco into my mouth. And I guess it's more nachos than taco at this point. But
gross.
Beefy boy.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
So true.
So true, bestie.
She stroking me off till I beef. Have you not seen extremely loud, incorrect buzzer noise?
No, evidently not.
She gan off my strog like a beef.
She caught me stroganoff, so now we have beef.
I went into beef coma because I had a strog and she turns off my life support.
This is payback, I guess, for you quoting Dragon Ball Z abridged.
Yeah. I'm assuming the spiritually taxing name is a reference to SAO abridged.
I forget, probably. Sitting here
Also
thinking
very
like, man,
funny.
I cannot remember what the fuck my name is from. So yeah, probably.
All right. So, Sam, you have your recording ready?
It's been going for several minutes.
We've been shit posting. All right. Well, welcome back to Project Butterfly. Last we left off, the gang kind of slipped between realities a little bit and interacted with Dr. Emilio Perez, who attempted to aid them in escaping before they ended up stumbling right back to where they started. So I believe last we left off, everyone was just kind of standing there in the common space. There's strange foam just about on surfaces dripping from the ceiling, coming out of the vents, but not enough that it makes moving around difficult. Y'all are just kind of standing there in the doorway, holding what? A total of 3 spent nuclear fuel rods?
And I have
Oh,
medical
yeah.
supplies.
And yeah. Isaac grabbed a bunch of medical supplies. And you found Dr. Plotz, who has woken up after being out of it, after getting her ear blown off. And she's
Hang on 1 second. My dog is making noises and it's driving me insane. 1 second.
doggy, no.
Rosemary wants to play.
Doggy, it's fake. Not real.
Wait, no, it might actually only be 2 because I think Emilio had 1 and
Yeah.
he didn't make it through with us, so now he's just hanging out in his universe with the spent fuel rod.
Teleporting nuclear generators.
I guess
Oh,
he gets
no.
to deal with that now.
Enjoy,
I'm back.
King.
He's left alone at the base with the corpse of his lover and a fuel rod.
Well, that's life.
I'm back.
Ooh.
Buppy pacification.
Buffy pacified.
Rice fried. All right. So y'all have found Dr. Plotz, who seems to be doing a bit better, sitting in the middle of the common space, with one hand, he's furiously typing something into her laptop, and with the other hand, she is kind of just gently holding and occasionally glancing at a small plastic tub filled with foam that's just doing its weird little vibraty dance thing. And sitting behind her is a DD player, back in the olden times. And it's playing Vivaldi's Four Seasons, specifically Spring. She looks up at you and says, "It's good that you're back. I figured a few things out."
Did she notice that we're carrying spent nuclear fuel and a flamethrower now?
Oh yeah, you have the flamethrower still, don't you?
There's several things that are that make no fucking sense for us to have right now.
She doesn't seem to directly acknowledge this, no.
Hmm.
Just looks
Yeah.
you over again and says, Are you okay?
Not really.
Isaac's just gonna shake his head.
Lucas just stands there with, like, no expression.
Everyone's just kind of sitting there, like, uncomfortably. One second while I have to update a character sheet real quick.
Oh.
All right, I had to give Frankie a permanent debuff for getting strangled.
Oh no.
All rolls? What the hell?
-1 to all rolls.
Fuck.
Get strangled, idiot.
Yeah.
Get choked out.
Oh. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure, why not?
So y'all are just kind of standing there looking battered and confused. She looks down at her computer again and types a few things in, and then looks back up and says, "Here, listen to this," and slides the laptop forward and hits the space bar, and it starts playing like it's just sudden radio static, and then eventually you just hear like very clipped and distorted a man's voice. Snowstorm, come in. Please.
Is that contact to the outside world, I hear?
I believe so. Unfortunately, our signal is completely garbled. I suspect it has something to do with this. She holds up the little container of foam, kind of wiggles it around, just like, The snowstorm has passed. It seems that the snowstorm has passed, and I was able to reroute our communications array to listen through the large array, as the small array has been damaged. But of course, that signal's still happening, and it seems to be just interfering with all of our communications.
Uh-huh.
If we could find some way to neutralize it, we could make contact with the outside world.
Or we all pile in the snowcat, get back to wherever civilization is, and we deep six this whole thing and pretend it never happened.
Did she say we'd die if we did that?
Who said that?
Me, Isaac, Sam.
No, she's responding to you in character.
Oh. Oh shit, what was her name? The lady from last time. Isaac would remember. Sam does not.
Anyone else want to tell Samantha what the woman's name
You-
was?
I forget also. But like I
was
have
it was something with an H. Holly?
hope.
It was Holly,
It was
yes.
Holly. Holly told us that. She's not
Who's Holly?
here.
Oh. Oh boy. You've missed a bit.
Apparently.
Know what the foam does, Doc?
Well, it seems to be harmonizing with the signal.
Cool.
Is there something that I do not know?
It would seem it would appear so. Yeah, so we went on a nice little multiverse adventure thanks to our good friend the foam over here.
Multiverse?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So you know how every time you make a decision, you choose one of the options?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is my understanding of this is thin on the ground. I am a technician, not a physicist, but the idea being that there are an infinite number of other realities where you made a different choice, and we went there, and there was a technician named Holly who basically said that there is only one option for us to all make it out safely. And the foam takes you there, apparently, to those different universes where you made different choices.
I think she's
And you're
dead
completely
now.
certain that this wasn't psychological. Like,
We went there together.
Uh,
we
like collective delusion, poisonous gas.
It's illusion. Okay. How did we have these fucking rods? How do you think we got these?
I'm
Like,
carrying.
why are we
this-
just holding them?
I have this
Oh,
flamethrower now.
Wait, is that from the reactor?
Doctor, is the reactor still here?
Yes? Where would it have gone?
Okay.
Oh,
She doesn't know.
So,
Alright,
so you
have
mean
you-
to tell me that you somehow moved between here and an alternate form of here? Like many worlds hypothesis.
That's what it's called.
What's the equivalent of an insight roll in this fucking game?
Assess the situation.
Okay. Am I good at that? Probably not. Roll plus guts. Ah! Huh? Maybe. Sorry, let me try to get out the d6s. I want to roll for that for her. Do I tell you what I want to know, or
Yeah, you can provide a. Are you in character asking a question?
no?
Or you
Just
just kind of.
as she's like talking back to us and explaining stuff. I'm trying to get a read on whether she's like genuinely doesn't know what's going on, or whether this sort of whether the fact that something about what she's done is now involving like whether the whole parallel universe thing being involved in all of this, because to everyone else that's fucking batshit. To her, is she like too eager and on board in a like she expected this sort of thing kind of way? Maybe
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
it's not great. It's bad. It's 2d6s, right? Bad.
2d6 plus your modifier
Bad. It's like
plus bonus if you have one.
4.
4.
I rolled a 2 and a 1. Almost snake eyes, baby.
You have no read on her demeanor. She just seems kind of. She seems weirdly calm, but that's all you can figure out, and you no sense of what's going on. And this provokes a lot of anxiety in David. I'd like you to mark its instability. Oh, and you also
Okay.
get an insight. You also get one understanding because you failed a roll outright. I assume that this doesn't result in anything occurring.
Nope, 3 and 2 respectively.
All right.
Hey, Plots, where did we go? Where did we go? Like, you said we were gone. Where'd we go? What happened?
Well, I don't know. I woke up and I wandered around a little bit and I called for people, but no one came. I assumed that something had happened outside, or I was worried, but I wasn't able to travel any further. She kind of like gestures at the side of her head. I get really lightheaded really quickly. But I realized that, and gestures at the laptop, I realized that the signal interference from the snowstorm had passed, that we were getting different stuff. So I've been monitoring that. And like I said, it sounds like we have someone attempting to make contact. I think we should be responding if possible. If they'll probably deploy someone promptly if they think we're in distress because they haven't heard from us. But snowstorms aren't like communications down for snowstorm isn't outside of protocol. There's a protocol for that. But the fact that we never responded to their it stopped snowing early last night. The fact that we haven't responded and it's been almost 12 hours, they'll probably just be dispatching someone to our location. But considering the circumstance, I do really think we should try to make contact. Is there concern about the reactor? Are we at risk of losing power?
There any foam near it?
I don't know. I haven't been down there. I kind of
Okay.
figured that's where you were.
Well, not strictly wrong.
Arnell, do you want to go check the reactor with me real quick? You got the flamethrower handy and all.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Okay.
He'll like look around at everyone else, like keep an eye out, sort of look, and then open the door for Frankie.
Plotz is gonna look over at Isaac and kind of wave at him. It's like, hey, while they do that, I want you to look at something.
Okay. And I'm gonna walk over. Just put the medical supplies down somewhere.
Where's Lucas going then?
I'm gonna say, can I actually come with you guys to the reactor?
Yeah.
Okay, and Lucas is gonna go with them.
Lucas still has a spent rod, so dropping that off in the reactor room probably not the worst idea.
Yeah.
All right, so 3 of y'all make your way down towards the reactor. So you go down to the stairwell and kind of make your way down the narrow, steep staircase, clanking of metal.
Sandwich delivery.
Hmm.
Sorry, my sandwich.
What?
Sandwich.
Or sandwich.
Oh,
You hear me eating dinner? No, you don't.
really in it now, sandwich. It's like clanking of boots down the stairs. You arrive in the long concrete tunnel lit by a series of utility lights strung up along the side. And above is a line of pipes and cables leading down to the reactor room. After a couple minutes walk down this long tunnel, moving at, or not the fastest pace considering what 2 of you are lugging fuel rods.
Yeah.
And you get down to the metal door for the reactor room. Once again, just labeled in stenciled spray paint in yellow on the red door, it says reactor. And there's a metal clasp keeping the door shut.
Was the class there before?
Yeah, it's the same door. Rest of y'all here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not in this.
I
room,
guess
so
we're
that's fine.
going in.
David takes the lead.
Yeah, but as he does, hey Donovan, we still have a vehicle somewhere here.
Assuming nobody shot any holes in our snowcat or our snowmobiles, yeah.
Yeah. First things first, and he'll open the door.
Step into the reactor room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step inside and everything seems in order. Same circular metal walkway surrounding a deep concrete pool filled with water. Just a gentle buzz of equipment. There's the control panel just next to you. And all the little lights are green, all the switches are up, and everything seems to be in order. You kind of glance down to the pool, and down there you could see the kind of faint purpley glow of just The room isn't super well lit, but down at the base you can see just that faint purpley glow, and the floodlights that kind of sort of fill the rest of the room. Everything seems to be in order.
So what, we leave these here now? He says, holding one of the spent fuel rods.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, yeah, we can have them on standby as a backup in case we need to stay warm, but hopefully if, the radio's back to not being foobarred, we might be able to get out of here without needing them.
All right.
One second, I need to answer Stopen.
Yeah. I was wondering about that.
Um,
All right. So I'll just go and set the fuel rods down in the lockers to the side.
Yeah.
All right.
So, rods deposited, reactor still there, no active threat from foam.
Nope.
All right.
Do we want to go check on the vehicle bay?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Does Lucas have any input on this issue?
No, actually. He's going to just go there.
All right. Meanwhile, up in the living quarters, Plotz gestures for Isaac to sit down next to her. She's wearing her same turtleneck as before, but has taken off her boots and has fuzzy socks with turtles printed on them.
okay, he's gonna sit down, clearly still nervous.
She slides the laptop over in front of him and points at the little waveform graph that's going up and down. Says, do you know anything about acoustics?
Not particularly.
Do you know what happens when two waves hit each other?
No, I don't think so. What happens?
It's like noise canceling headphones. When a wave moves through the air, when a sound wave moves through the air, if a sound wave with the same frequency and intensity reaches it, they cancel.
Okay.
Two opposite forces come to a zero.
Okay. What does that
So if we want to be able to
understand?
broadcast a distress signal, we need to be able to nullify whatever's making this signal.
Oh.
So I suspect if we play it back at it, it should cancel itself out, assuming it obeys the laws of physics as we understand them.
Well, there's a lot of things currently going on that don't exactly obey the laws of physics. as far as I'm aware, but I guess it's worth a try.
All right. In order to do that, we're going to need to take this, holds up the little box of foam, and link it to our own emergency broadcast. Need to turn this into sound somehow.
Oh. Maybe this is something we should discuss with everyone else before we start sticking foam in other places. Don't make that face.
Understandable. She pauses. I have a theory. I
Oh.
think that if we are to respond to this message in kind, just look at this, and she points at the waveform. This is incredibly complicated. What if, instead of trying to decode this, what if this wasn't the cipher text? What if this was some kind of transformation over it? That if we cancel it out, whatever remains, that's the ciphertext. That's the message.
Oh. Well, I guess that's possible, but
And if what you've said is true, if there are other alternative realities, and those realities are connected to the foam, correct?
yeah, I think so, based on what we've seen so far.
If those realities are accessed somehow through this stuff, and this stuff responds specifically to this signal, then this signal must have something to do with those realities.
I guess that makes sense.
Hell, it might be coming from a place that we can't see, we can't interact with. Something overlaid on top of us beyond our own senses.
Should we be attempting to interact with that? That seems a little dangerous to me.
At this point, I don't think there's any avoiding danger at this point. She gestures at her ear again. I don't know what prompted this. I don't know what's going on. But I get the feeling that us getting out of here in one piece is going to be dependent on figuring out whatever's being sent to us, whoever's sending it, and why, and what they're trying to tell us.
Okay. Well, I'd say before we do anything, we should probably talk to everyone. Just because, well, I don't want to be responsible for, getting foam everywhere if everyone else isn't aware of what we're doing.
I understand. Put it to a vote and all that. I won't have my crew mutinying on me. We need them anyway. There's been significant damage to 2 of our 3 arrays. If we're going to make this work, we need at least 2 of them online. I've been going through my documents, all of my notes, all of my research, trying to see if there's anything that could help.
Have you
And
found anything?
I didn't find much that seemed related. But I did find something that confused me, something that I don't remember writing down, that just, I don't know. Is this of significance to you? She holds up like a little envelope.
Okay. Isaac's gonna open it.
Isaac picks it up, and it's not sealed. It's just like an open envelope, and inside's just a piece of paper. And it's just like a piece of graph paper like one would use for like engineering or science notes.
Mm-hmm.
And it just down in one corner in red ink kind of scribbled chicken scratch. It just says Copenhagen ?
I'm just gonna take a good long look at that and then look at Platts and say, you don't know what this is?
I mean, I have my theories.
If I told you that I had a very strange dream recently involving this, would you believe me?
I'd believe that you were telling me that you were being honest with me.
Okay. Well, I had a very odd dream that I was in, I think, a university building, and this was written on one of the whiteboards. There were other things too, but this is the first thing I saw. What is your theory?
Well, what you've described, that if you're somehow moving between possible outcomes, possible realities, back when quantum mechanics was still a young field, there was a lot of debate about what the uncertainty principle represented. When you measure a system, when that system collapses, was there uncertainty? Or does that collapse represent the breaking of an illusion, like the popping of a bubble? Or does it represent a point of decision? Water being forced around either side of a rock. And all of the conclusions, all of the math that was drawn up, the accepted theory, it's called the Copenhagen interpretation, named after the city, which holds that when you measure a system, you are simply collapsing possibilities down to a reality, a single reality.
I see.
But there's the many worlds hypothesis, that when you measure, when you collapse that, there is no singular reality. There's every possible outcome that all exists somehow. But that was rejected. We can't measure it. There's no proof that such things exist. It's purely philosophical.
I mean, well, I'd go as far as to say that, well, maybe it was a mass hallucination, but me and the others definitely experienced something that I would personally quantify as proof.
If you've seen this, and I've somehow received this from a place I don't understand, if there are people in other possible timelines out there, I think someone's trying to communicate with us.
Why?
I don't know. It could be a warning. It could be information that we need. They might know what's going to happen to us. Maybe it's an accident. Maybe something slipped through the same way that you slipped through into somewhere else.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't be comfortable leaving here without knowing.
Well, I can't say that I'm as motivated in this as you are, but if everyone thinks that's the right choice, then that's the right choice. I honestly, at this point, I just would like to get out of here.
We all want to go home. I understand.
Do you want this
Being no
back?
contact
And
is
he's gonna hold out the
being no
back,
contact
and
is
he's gonna hold out the note.
she just takes it from him and files it back into the box.
Mhm.
I understand wanting to go home. Everyone has families, everyone has things in their life. I, for one, miss being able to connect to the internet.
Yeah, that was nice.
I like to think Twitter misses me too.
Isaac, who does not have a Twitter account, just kind of like smiles. Same kind of smile you give when your coworker's saying that you don't really relate to, but you don't want to be rude.
Meanwhile, in the tunnels. So y'all were gonna head to the vehicle bay, the garage,
Yup.
right? You make your way back up from the reactor room to the circular concrete room at the bottom of the stairwell,
Yes.
and make your way back down the other tunnel. And after a couple minutes of walking, you round the corner and there's the door labeled hangar. Same spray painted text as you've seen multiple times before.
Shall we go in?
Be no point in waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Luca
Mm.
says nothing.
Who's opening the door?
Me.
All right.
Oh,
David
fuck,
steps up and
she smiled as she.
flips the little metal latch and goes to pull the door. And before you can really put any force into it, it's just like it takes no effort at all. It like opens itself almost. And David is kind of thrown backwards and stumbles. And out from the door falls like a big friggin' thing of snow. It just fills most of the passageway.
Fuck. Okay.
This is where the vehicle bay is supposed to be.
Yes.
Ah.
Is the room still there, or is it just like outside? Like what?
You can't tell. All you know is there's just a big freaking pile of snow in the Norway now.
The vehicles they left
How
without
much
you.
fuel do you have left in the flamethrower?
How much fuel do I have left in the flamethrower?
There isn't a blatant gauge, but there's like a little clear section and a little fuel thing. And as far as you can make out, it looks like you got maybe like a third left.
About a third. Probably not enough for this and whatever
Maybe enough
else.
to give us an idea, though. If we're dealing with, did the ooze steal all our shit, or is it just like got snowed in? Would it have been possible for it to have snowed in? Because when we were in the other place, it was like still clean, right?
Mhm.
Like the
Are
snow
there-
hadn't filled it in.
Do we have cameras in this room?
Yeah. Could be security cameras.
I was more directed at Frankie, but like, yeah. Were they on? Would we have footage of whatever's going on in there or happened in there?
I can go check, I suppose, yeah.
I'm gonna turn and I take the flamethrower and just a little bit, not much, just for like a couple seconds, just
I started blasting.
yeah, basically.
All right. The snow is pretty light and fluffy and kind of like retreats and melts away and blackens a little bit in reaction to the flame. But after about 30 seconds, just You've made like a couple foot deep hole in it, but like not much.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's not the best tool at clearing a large amount of snow.
No.
Would I be able to get a better visual understanding if I got on top of the base? Like, was
Yeah.
the hangar subterranean? Like,
It's embedded into the side of like a berm, essentially.
okay. Yeah, I'll just like head to the whatever roof access looks like and see if I can get
All right.
a better understanding of like, because if it's no longer actively blizzarding, the chances of like environmental damage are lower.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Frankie would feel safe to do a quick trip up to the roof to try and just get a visual idea of like what we're working with.
Mm-hmm. All right. So y'all gonna head back up to the base?
Is it
Yeah.
possible to close the hangar door again?
Not really.
Fuck. Okay.
All right.
So y'all make your way
On
back
the
up
if
to
I may I
Yeah.
on the way to both of you here with me. So how did Platt seem to both of you?
She seemed weirdly calm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Quite a notable change from alternate reality plots.
That's for the best, I suppose, but
I mean, the concern is it gonna stay that way?
I get the feeling she's about to maybe do something very stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Guess we'll find out.
he says as he steps into the main hallway of the base. So y'all step across the hall into the common space.
Yep.
And there's Plots typing more notes down, and Isaac kind of sitting there like, yeah. Does everything seem okay? Should I be worried?
The reactor's fine.
All right.
That's the
Reactor's
good
fine.
news.
And the
The
bad
bad
news?
Bad
news.
news.
Looks like the hangar got yoinked. We might be short some transportation options.
What does that mean?
It means that there's a wall of snow where the entire hangar needs to
Gosh.
be.
Okay.
Isaac's gonna put his face in his hands.
Yeah, buried like that. Apt metaphor you got there.
Oh.
I think at this point our best option is to try to flag for help and wait till someone arrives. If we still have power and we still have rations, our mission wasn't supposed to be up for another month and a half. Like we can wait it out.
Can we?
Do we have all of our rations still intact? We should lock down everything. Make sure.
All right.
Make sure that we've got everything in order. Missing an entire room.
What do you mean by
The hangar.
ah? All right. I think I know how to signal for help, but it's going to require that some of you go outside for a bit and do some repairs. We're down 2 of our 3 larger rice dishes. And I'm no expert. I'd need a second opinion from Frankie, but our standard communications array seems to be completely shot.
That be on the top of the base.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a swing by it. I wanted to get a better visual on the state of the hangar from there as well. So, 2 birds, 1 stone, as it were.
Get 2 birds stoned at once.
Precisely. Thank you for that staggering insight.
Lucas did not say that, to be clear. Just want to clarify. That was
No,
a-
I want Lucas to have said that.
No, Lucas did not
Lucas
say
would
this.
not say that.
Lucas can have a little bit of a mental break as a treat.
As a treat.
So you'll be going up and inspecting our equipment. You should probably bring someone with you just in case.
All right, kids, who wants to join mom on the family trip?
Isaac puts
David
both
just
his
sort
feet
of-
on the seat of his chair, not moving.
David
Someone
like stands there like yes he's going to help, but he also blinks at the like choice of phrasing.
Someone who doesn't volunteer. If somebody who doesn't, let's try this again. 3rd time's the charm. If somebody doesn't volunteer, somebody's getting voluntold. So,
Honestly, I want to go. We'll do it.
all right, good man.
How many you need for this?
I think just 2 should be fine. You can keep a.
Just someone to watch Donovan's back.
You got the radio?
Do I have it right? Correct. Do I have one? I have one.
Yeah.
DM.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. Good luck out there.
Good luck.
You want the flame? Actually, as they turn to go, Donovan, you want to trade? And he holds up the flamethrower and, well, no. Hand.
Arm still in sling, and I need this one
Uh,
to, do the repairs. So,
take care of that gun, Donovan.
I honestly can't see a situation where I'll be needing it. So, takes it out of jumpsuit pocket and just handle first back at Parnell. I shouldn't really. This is better in your hands.
Well, good luck anyway.
All right. So Frankie and Lucas leave the room to head to the roof. And as soon as they're out of the room, Plots looks at Isaac and David. Says, "Would you be able to help me with something?"
Of course. I mean,
Well,
maybe.
2 things. One, even if we get contact, if we're without vehicles, we're not going to be out. We're not going to be out of here until quite a while, like a few days at least. Do you know what today is?
Do I know what today is?
Probably not. It's been a ride.
Isaac's gonna shake his head. He has no fucking clue.
It's December 21st. It's nearly Christmas.
Oh,
And I
is that good?
brought a little box of things that I think we'll appreciate in our time of distress. Would one of you, who's more capable of walking and holding things than I am right now, if we're going to check our rations and our supplies, we could go to the storeroom, and there should be a small brown chest, like a little foot locker that has my name on it, and probably a little tag shaped like a snowflake. If one of you could grab that, I'd really appreciate that. And if the other could go to the computer laboratory and get me like as much Ethernet cable as you possibly can handle.
Um,
I'm gonna. Mhm. I gotta roll for assess the situation again.
All right.
Seven.
Could you give me 1 second?
hmm.
Yeah, what's
please?
up?
I just want to change to my phone. It will take 3 seconds. I just
All right.
have to step away from the computer to do it.
Nope, nope.
Anybody that has to pee, now's a good time for that.
No,
I
but
might
you want
take you up on it.
Skittles.
I might take you up on that. I'll go.
If the Skittles bag is full of air, does that mean it's not safe to eat?
What?
I'm gonna eat it anyway.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I heard if your food packaging is full of air, that means it has a hole in it.
What?
I'm also gonna use the bathroom. Have
Use
fun
your
with
shower.
Sam's incoherent rambling.
One.
Oh, they've gone bad.
No, they're sour Skittles. Nyeh.
Yeah, the only thing I've ever heard of is like if like you have a container of like milk or something and it's like firm on the sides because of like internal gas pressure from it like going bad, you shouldn't have it. But like if there's air in your Skittles bag, I think it's fine.
My Skittles have gases in them. Very suspicious.
Guys, it says we're sus. Does that mean we're sus?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. He loves kickball. Alcohol won't hurt the baby. The baby. I want another really sour Skittle.
Why are we paused still?
Because people are peeing.
What?
People are peeing.
Oh. I'm fine. I can still game, but I switched to my phone because I was trying to draw at the same time because it helps me focus a little bit. But actually, it was just like killing me.
Oh no.
I'm so fatigued. because I rushed through writing this morning, and then I went in to fix it on my computer, and then I hyper focused weirdly late. It was like, oh shit. And then I wrote for like 8 hours straight.
Oh damn.
And it's like, as much as it is fun to do that, it's also the most mentally taxing thing I can do.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why.
Your boy fries his brain by editing and working on the same 15 pages for like
Oh no.
8 hours.
Oh no. Not fried boy brain.
Fried rice. Rice
You're telling
fried.
me a shrimp fried this rice?
Telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
Telling me a
You're telling me a schizoed this phrenic?
What is Yeah? So true.
You're telling me a dissociate did this identity disorder?
No. I think you gotta have 2 words.
You dislocate your shoulder with that reach.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Wordplay.
I mean, for one, I said you're telling me a schizoed this phrenic, and then
It got worse.
What
I
does
said you're telling me a dissociate did this identity disorder?
The sour Skittles are hurting me. They are too sour. My tongue burns.
y'all are a bunch of bozos?
I gotta
I
take out
am-
my. Let me take out my ears real quick. I gotta
I'm-
remove my ears, not my earrings, just my ears in general. One moment.
I'm using these sour Skittles to simulate Isaac emotions because I am now crying on
I
account of
am-
their sourness.
I am as tired as my character's supposed to be.
I'm back. I had to take off my shirt, so I'm not wearing clothes anymore. You're welcome.
Fun.
Were you not wearing pants before?
I mean, I was wearing underwear, but I wasn't wearing pants, and now I'm not wearing anything.
How are you not freezing? I'm literally about to turn an ice pop and I'm like under blankets and I got so
This
much clothes on.
apartment sucks. I have no heat on it. It's like,
Christ.
I mean, also,
He also likes to
the
keep it
end-
at like 62 degrees Fahrenheit.
also, it is the end times,
Yeah.
All right,
global warming wise.
shall we continue?
Sure.
Yeah, so
Speaking of the
Plots has requested that you bring her a length of internet cable, Ethernet cable, and a box, a specific box from the storeroom.
I believe we just left off with me rolling a 7 for assessing the situation.
Yes. That's a partial success, so mark an instability. Just like David racks his brain and tries to figure out like what the deal is, and Plots just seems like not as spooked as you'd expect. I mean, she's been through shit, but not the same kind of like existential shit you have. But she seems to be confident. Like she doesn't seem concerned that anyone's in danger necessarily. Was there something in particular you were looking to parse?
I guess it's not my area of expertise on what she's doing, but I guess the question is, what does she? Do I get the feeling that is she just trying to radio for help or whatever, or is there like a
I mean,
like
she
is
does
it
legitimately seem to think that she does. It does seem like she does legitimately think that that's a thing that you should do. She also just seems incredibly curious as to whether her plan would work.
which do I even know about it? I
Not
guess not.
details,
Like
really, just kind of
no,
the
yeah,
vague sense
I
that
don't.
she's.
I don't know about the plan. It's more just the vibe is like she's got that look in her eyes of like, yes, build the bigger thing so we can call home and do other stuff.
She doesn't seem to be like doing anything scared. It's just
How long do we think that this storm will last for here?
storm.
Snowstorm, blizzard.
Blizzard passed.
Did we know that information for just now?
Yes.
Yeah, she said
Yeah.
that at the beginning.
Oh, sorry. Fuck.
The snowstorm has
me.
passed, but there's still interference in your communications because of the mysterious signal, which has gotten a lot more intense.
Ah. Would we be able to? I don't know. Find somewhere on the edge of the base cat. Like, is there any chance of us taking equipment somewhere to get a message out from outside of this signal's, I don't know, range?
It's possible. I don't know what the geographic distribution of the signal is. It seems to be right on top of us, but it doesn't seem to obey the physical laws of our known universe.
Yeah, that's what worries me. Both of those things you just said.
In the meantime, I think the first thing we should do is see if we can't get our own if we can't get our equipment back online, regardless of what we do with it.
Uh-huh.
And I would really like you to get the holiday box, if you don't mind.
Nondescript holiday box item.
I can get the
Okay.
Ethernet cable if you want to get the box.
Here's an interesting thing that I'm noticing. This is a side, and I'm saying it out loud because I'm about to bring it up. She hasn't mentioned the fact that Scout's gone,
No.
and
I
she
mean, she
doesn't
mentioned
seem
that
that
everyone was gone.
right, and she doesn't seem that worried about Scout being just not here, despite everyone else showing up and talking about weird shit. Doctor,
Yeah.
Scout is dead.
Repeat.
Strangled to death. Scout is dead.
Scout
Is
Dead.
dead.
Who is Scout?
Strangled.
Oh no.
Our medical doctor who we've been on this base with for weeks.
Okay. What She pauses and just has this look of like intense confusion.
Who was it that was trading your ear? Do you remember?
No. Yes, but there were a bunch of people. There. What is happening? I remember things that don't make any sense.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
goes
people
for
being
just
here
about
that weren't here.
everyone.
Yeah, that's happening a lot.
So you've experienced this too?
Definitely, yeah.
He's got one hand on the gun just sort of casually at his side, but also one hand in his pocket, all like rubbing the wedding ring that appeared there.
Plutz looks just further distressed. We need to reach someone. We have to get out of here. We can't risk the possibility that no one's coming for us. I don't know what's happening, but if we're all experiencing this, something is very wrong here.
Uh-huh.
I want
Excuse me.
I want to go home, but I can't imagine what the rest of you must be feeling.
Well, I also want to go home, but you know that.
And I'm going to make sure that you do, okay? I'm going to get you two back to your kid.
Big uncomfortable face.
Is something wrong?
Just sort of a dead expression over here.
I think some wires may have been crossed somewhere. You know, reality wires.
So if everything everyone has said to me is true, we don't just need to get home. We need to get back to our own realities.
Honestly, I'm just focused on getting somewhere that isn't here. I'm
Understood.
fine with any reality as long as, you know, it's a safe one, relatively.
All right. In that case, we should get moving.
How many crew members were there here when we started?
Is that directed at Plots or me as the DM?
No, it's at Plots.
There were 8. There's Winter Crew was always 8 here.
What were their names?
There was myself, and there was you two,
Mm-hmm.
and Frankie Donovan,
Mm-hmm.
and Lucas,
Right.
and that's 5. And we had Hayasaka,
Okay.
Which brings 6, 7, including myself. And then the 8th.
I think you counted
She
yourself
goes to
twice.
speak, and she somehow manages to simultaneously say 3 different names all at once.
Did she notice that she did?
No.
Can you
Oh,
say that last one more time?
Our medical officer happens again.
Uh-huh.
uh-huh.
Hmm.
Okay. You know, I think you're right. Isaac and I should probably go and get the supplies from. Let's go together.
That sounds
One
like a
for
good idea.
safety. First to the pantry.
If I remember correctly, there's hot cocoa in there.
Hmm.
That should be nice, considering everything we've been through.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Meanwhile, the metallic clanking of boots as a snow-geared up Frankie flips the metal to the top of the base open, and a rush of Antarctic air kind of sweeps down the thing. And despite the heavy parkas, it's noticeably like, and out onto the sure, and out onto the windswept metal top roof steps Frankie and Lucas, both in heavy bright orange parkas.
Cute.
It's bluebird day. Sky is perfectly clear. All traces of the storm have vanished, and the sun is beating straight down.
Okay. What does our comms array look like?
You can you roll to assess the situation?
It's your fucking ass, I can. That's a 10.
That's a success. You scan around the top of the base and find that where there would normally be standing a large set of antenna on one corner of the base, there is just a small metal post about a foot tall that looks like whatever was connected to it from above has been ripped clean off. And
Okay,
there's just some
Fubard.
cabling lying on the ground.
Sick. Cool.
And you kind of scan around, and you notice that, like, normally during Antarctic summer, the horizon line is just blue to white, just bluebird sky to flat white nothing. But the white nothing seems to like curl up almost, as if you're standing in the bottom of a giant snow globe.
I don't like that.
And like the sky feels like unnaturally low and close, and there's not a cloud in it. And there's just a perfectly spherical sun beating down from directly above. You pause and think to yourself, it's winter.
Yeah, there's supposed to be no sun, right? Like,
No. No, we're in the southern hemisphere.
I forget. This is Cass forgetting.
I'm gonna have you say that in character because that is correct.
Okay.
It's supposed to be dark out.
No. No,
Uh,
no.
Dead of winter in Antarctica.
I mean, what did I expect, really? Like, of
Okay.
course this would be fucked as well, right? Of course it would be. Of course this would be fucking. I mean, whatever. What did I expect?
No. If it's December, that would be the Antarctic summer, because it's the southern hemisphere.
Shush. God damn it! I'm bad at.
Yeah, no, like the way Earth tilt works, like like a midday,
AU.
a midnight sun would make
You're
sense.
right. You're right.
Isn't that
AU,
a
where.
Twilight book?
But
Yeah, it's the.
no, it's not.
Midnight Sun?
Yeah, that's the one where Edward is the main character.
Sorry, I shouldn't have.
Oh, is that actually what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that
Oh,
gave
fuck
Stephanie
me.
Myers, the one that gave Stephanie Myers depression.
Okay, but my point still stands because it was pitch dark last time you were here. It was the Antarctic winter.
Just pretend.
Okay, so it's supposed to be dark out, but it's not. Is the
Yeah,
point.
it was dark
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
He's like,
And
it's supposed
Plots
to
is
be.
right. It's December. You don't remember it being December. It was supposed to be, winter.
Isn't December in the winter?
You're
From a
so fucking
It's you with the
stupid. Are you fucking? Did you pay attention to the last
I'm
fight?
confused. I was thinking about
Oh.
Twilight. I was thinking about Twilight and eating a Skittle. I'm sorry. The magnets in
Okay.
my brain are stuck together.
Did you say
Okay.
the magnets in your brain? What does that mean?
You know, they're all kind of converged around the Skittle.
Oh my god! You took that to an 11 with your explanation. Jesus Christ! My
Yeah.
brain hurts now.
So does mine.
Oh.
Not for the
Out of
same
Skittle.
reason.
Samantha, do you know what causes the seasons?
The sun. You go around the sun, going around.
It's when the people that
When
program
the
when the
moon
people that
gets-
program the simulation have decided that
That's simply
but
when all the
seriously,
bees
Samantha.
decide to die.
when the people that run the Truman Show the one that conducts the Truman Show decide that they change
Okay.
certain assets.
Samantha, do
Yeah,
you
I
not
know her
grasp?
seasons.
Do you know how about axial tilt?
Girl, I'm holding on by a thread here.
Okay. Do you want? Is this at
Well,
all
it's
relevant?
great. It's what makes it even better
I
is
know
that
the Earth is tilted.
Blue and Annika had a long discussion about this exact thing out loud for the 5 minutes before we got derailed by this. And the first thing you said after we finished clearing up exactly how this worked was, "Isn't it winter?"
Well, Annika
Okay.
said it's supposed to be winter, but it's December, and that broke my brain a little bit.
That's
Okay.
that
Okay.
was the topic at hand.
Why is it
Okay.
winter in December?
Okay. So
Do you know how
Decem-
the southern hemisphere works?
I've never been there.
okay, we can
We have
explain to
now.
Sam how axial tilt and hemispheres and seasons work after we finish the session.
Yeah.
Should I be doing a Blair Witch?
What does that mean?
He's in the corner.
Doing some cocoa melon shit to me.
You are doing some cocoa. That's literally how I feel right now.
Because someone
okay.
tried to explain the seasons to you?
Yeah.
Astronomy's hard.
Yeah. All I know is I'm Aquarius.
Oh, no! No! I can't tell if this is serious or if I'm
No,
getting
now I'm just
absolutely
tactfully
fucking
striking.
trolled.
now I'm just
Sam
now I just got my
senses
little gun out.
weakness.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
Trying to
mean,
find a new camera.
they say you've got. They say you should use what you've got, and in Sam's case, she's got.
You cannot win at having a conversation with me.
Yeah,
That's
we do
because
allow
they're
Guys,
not
I
that.
want to
about
play
winning.
game. Please play game. It's very funny, but like my brain is mush. Please play game before it
Alright,
gets
it's
too
December,
mushy.
apparently.
What month was it before all of the shit got fucked? Like,
Well, it was supposed to be the dead of winter.
so like July then.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Also, that the horizon is weirdly globular.
What is
What a good word, globular.
It's not a real word. It's globe shaped.
It's curved.
The horizon seems to be like rising up into the sky weirdly.
We got a cool Antarctica out here with a meniscus.
Ew.
Use another word that I don't understand.
I don't know that one either. That one's gone a little beyond me.
That
Yeah.
one sounds like a Pokemon.
Meniscus.
Let me make sure that my chemistry terminology is correct.
Oh, is that one like on the top of a cup and then it gets a bubble? Because you put
What?
water in it?
What the fuck?
I'm not
Sam,
insane.
shut up.
No, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a scientist.
Okay, so the way water works
Oh my god, I'm
is
right.
that
It's gonna be a long explanation. Oh my god, no, never mind. Explain it later, bro. I'll
Okay.
just pretend I get it.
Alright.
Lucas totally understands this.
It's
And he's
just a
like,
bubble.
damn, bro, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't think it that way. He's just like, oh my god.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry that happened. I ain't
I
reading
ain't
that
reading
shit.
this.
But, like, yeah, of course, everything is fucked. Of
Okay.
course it would be. Of course it would be. Is that really even the sun? What if it's just not? Like, what? Like, what? What? He puts his head in his hands.
Okay. Can I take a quick peek at the hangar bay? What am I seeing?
You look over in the direction where you just seem to see the hangar bay. And it's hard to make out much. Camera freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
fries. Wow.
Whose camera?
Oh.
Anyway,
Oh, Aniko is robots.
You got crunch.
oh come on.
Mm.
Now you're
fine
back.
now.
All right. So Frankie looks out over the snow drifts, and you can just see peeking out of the snow by about like 6 inches, just the top of a wind sock.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Sure. Why not? Okay. And the comms arrays, the one that Platts was talking about, where are those?
Well, the comms array was the one on the top of the thing that's been obliterated. The large array is the scientific one, and you can see those. They're a few 100 feet out, and they're tall enough that they're mostly uncovered by snow. Like the bottom of the dishes is a little bit covered, and there's 3 of them in sequence. The rightmost one is like at a weird angle, like it's not supposed to be there probably, and the little like central, the metal bit that sticks out is kind of like twisted funny. And then the middle one looks undamaged, as is the left one. But you remember the plot said that 2 of the 3 were disabled.
Okay. do I have any way of doing like remote diagnostics?
That's basically what you can get from this distance. Like, you could go over there and check it out.
But, like, figure out which one is working and which one isn't.
Well, the one that's all mangled is the one that doesn't work. You can tell that. The other two, it's unclear.
There's no like computer terminal that I could boot up and see.
Yeah, you could go check from there.
Yeah, let's do that. That way we're not freezing my fucking tits off up here.
Hmm.
All right, so you're gonna go back down.
Yeah.
All right, and the other two have gone off to run some errands for plots.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. We're going to the pantry or whatever, the food ration stuff. That's important.
Mhm.
By
Mm.
the way, just like as soon as they're far enough down the hall that it's not like right outside the door for someone to hear, he's like, okay, that no. That was not right.
She wants to do something with the phone.
I don't know what she wants to do, but she just said 3 people's name at once, twice, and didn't even bat an eye.
Well, yes, but can we trust? Can we trust her to leave her in there with it? I told her that we should wait for everybody, but
Honestly, I just sort of figured. Get the hell out of that room. I'm not going to go get her Ethernet cables or whatever. I don't think that's. Does that make any sense to you?
well, why doesn't it make sense if she wants to fix something? As long as we don't let her do anything stupid with it, right?
Annika, are the radios like private chat? Do they have private channels? Can anyone hear what's being said on any?
I mean, it's a walkie-talkie. I don't think it's encrypted.
What an excellent name.
Right, but like,
piece of
would Plots be
technology.
able to hear me talking to?
You can
No,
change
she
the
doesn't have
channel.
one. She
She
doesn't
doesn't
have
have
one.
Hey, it's like, hang on. And he pulls out the radio and, hey, Donovan, you there?
Lucas is the one who has the walkie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
Cool.
hear.
You two are on your way down the ladder back into the base when you get
Yeah.
this
So you
missive.
Yeah.
hear
I'm
that.
gonna press the button and be like, yeah, I mean, we're here.
Hi,
Hi.
Donovan. That can you both hear this?
Yeah, what's up?
We just had a little conversation with our friend, the doctor. She asked us to go get some supplies tidied up from the pantry. And also for some Ethernet cables. She doesn't know the name Scout. And when she listed off every crew member here, she got to the medical officer. And she said 3 names at once. And it just kept going. Like, she just said a person's name to us and everything was normal.
Let's shank. Cool. Lucas is pissed about this and says nothing, mainly because he's been kind of just quietly hoping that he'd like either stumble upon Scout or find an opportunity to go looking. It's like, is there a way we can travel to a new reality on purpose? Because like this one's clearly a bust.
Yeah. Well, she's talking also about getting back to whatever realities people came from. But also, she's, how are those communications arrays looking out there?
The one on the base is FooBard. I need to find a computer terminal to get a better understanding of the scientific array.
Uh-huh. So her Ethernet cables or whatever she wants. They do anything here?
An Ethernet cable. That would. Did she say what it was for?
No. But I also really wouldn't know.
Okay,
Not
so
a
an
computer person.
This is me, Blue, not really a hardware person doing their best understanding of what an Ethernet cable does. To my understanding, it just
Ironic. Ironic that we're having this roleplay interaction when we have a. I know exactly what it is, and I'm playing a dumbass, and you're having to do the opposite.
Computer
Oh
glitterer.
fuck! It's it's like a hardwired version of an internet cable. That's all. It's just for
yeah.
plugging into an internet source, which you have to have already for it to be useful.
Yeah, so unless Dr. Platts has been holding out and has the world's most powerful router hanging out somewhere, I don't know how an Ethernet cable would be much help.
What? Yeah, I don't know what she's plugging into the antenna or something. Like, what would she?
We weren't present for the conversation about her wanting to connect the foam to.
Yeah,
Only I
Isaac
was.
is the only one.
But
But Sam has not said anything.
well, I tried to start a conversation with you. You went in a different area.
Yeah.
Fuck,
So now
you
you
two
get
are
no
useless.
information.
I mean, you can talk now. You're on the walkie.
Fine. Okay. Well, she was talking about trying to connect the foam to, I don't know, the radio or something. She wanted to cancel out the foam, whatever the foam was doing, in order to uncover a message or something like that. It sounded bizarre, and I don't think it's an entirely great idea, considering we're just trying to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see how an Ethernet cable would be helpful in that either. So I have honestly no idea, and I'm kind of curious to see what kind of whack shit that she's getting up to with an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, I kind of down as well. He doesn't say it that way. It's like, yeah, at this point, sure, I'd be.
I kind of was wondering from you two whether we'd been asked to go do something while she's looks at Isaac, who was the one who suggested the fucking like leaving her leaving her alone with the phone being a bad idea in the first place. Like, hmm.
Isaac just looks afeared.
How close are you How close are you guys to the being back inside?
The roof axis is like right. It's not a big building. Like they're probably within like 60 seconds of you.
You can probably hear like double
Womp,
of us
womp,
at this
womp,
point
womp.
through the radio and like our voice echoing through the building.
You know what? Forget I asked that. Come back in here. Maybe you two should go wait with our friend or something.
Person of interest.
Yeah, I guess we're
see
walking up
nothing.
to them at this point, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You know, if she's doing anything weird. Holds up the walkie-talkie and just, like, waves it a little bit, like. Yeah.
All right. So who's going where?
I think
I'm
me
going to
and
find an access terminal to see if I can figure out what the fuck's wrong with our not working research array.
Mm-hmm.
I think Isaac and David are off to go raid the pantry and maybe the Ethernet cable storage area.
What's Lucas up to?
Honestly, fuck it. Without really, Lucas just veers off and is gonna go fucking search everywhere at the base.
All right. So, you two make it to the utility area and open up the door into the large room that's just, and by large I mean it's like the size of like a normal room in a house, but it's bigger than most of the confined spaces of the base, and it's just rows of metal shelving with boxes of supplies and food, dried food and things.
Yum.
Just checking in as the DM. Is everyone good?
Yeah, sorry, my mouth is so Skittle fried. My tongue hurts.
Yeah. I'm just detecting a decent amount of out of it from the gang.
I'm just tired because bed's not
My
asleep.
brain is here, my mouth is not.
You know what happened to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing my best. I'm doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah, you're
supposed to be this tired.
all
I
right. As
open-
long as we're good to continue.
Yeah.
I just can't open any other tabs.
Did she just? Was that the sound of you saying yes, but also chewing on an entire handful of Skittles?
No,
Like
just one.
way too many.
Just one.
That's the
They're
sound
just
of
very
one.
spicy.
That's the sound of one Skittle.
Spicy. What do you mean
One
by
Skittle in your mouth
spicy?
sounds like your entire. Why does one Skittle in your mouth sound like you're doing this?
Do you ever like hold the food up to
No.
your face and your mouth like preloads the sensation
No.
of eating it?
No,
So then
it
you're like,
doesn't.
ow, pain, and then you put the food in and you're like, ow, pain, again.
No.
Yeah, when your mouth gets all watery from like sour food potentially occurring.
No, like pain. Like like it preloads pain as
No.
the sensation.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
That's what happens
you're-
whenever I bring a Skittle within like a foot of my face.
I
Like, I
know
just did
exactly
it.
what you're talking about.
All right.
Okay, sorry. What happened in the last 2 minutes? I opened another tab and functionally blacked out.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that it might be a good idea to like leave it where we
we
are.
just entered the pantry, right? We're about to figure out some
Yeah.
weird shit in the pantry.
Okay.
She
Okay.
says
Let's
she
continue.
has a small box of Christmas.
And there's hot cocoa in here somewhere.
What month is it?
I hope there's hot cocoa in here.
We're here during winter.
Yeah.
She just said it's almost December.
Isaac computes that for a second, having the same perhaps dip in realization that I had an hour back. He does not say anything about it, but it's clear that he's thinking emoji. He goes to find the hot cocoa instead of confirming
All right.
his stupidity.
After a few minutes of poking around, you've come across what appears to be the thing that was referenced. It's. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm still listening.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Late.
light.
Oh, I see.
So you're just getting in bed, like, good night. I'll play from here. God,
No, I
Jesus,
just
take the wheel.
I like the twinkly lights.
So after a few minutes of poking around, Isaac stumbles across a small brown plastic box with a green clip-on lid. And there's like a sticky note on the top that just says plots on it. And underneath the sticky note is just a somewhat battered sticker of like a little like clip art snowflake.
Oh, I think I found it. How big is this thing? Can I pick it up?
Yeah, it's like a tub, like a standard size like storage tub.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna pick it up. Is it heavy?
It's got some heft to it, but nothing serious.
All right. He's immediately gonna try to pass it off to David.
I guess David will take it out of pure but what is it? What's it feel like?
It feels like a weighty plastic tub.
Here to shake it a little bit, holding it closed, obviously.
And kind of give it a gentle rattle. It sounds like the shuffling about of a bunch of stuff. So it's like papers and plastics and things shuffling about.
Everything breaks.
Gently. Going to take it and just like crack it open ever so slightly.
All right. It's hard to see into it when it's just ajar slightly, but
Yeah,
nothing
then
seems to happen.
once nothing weird happens, just open it all the way.
All right. Inside is stacks of small cardboard boxes, and a bunch of other stuff. Like there's a bunch of like little boxes with like just motifs of mountains and then German text on it. But you recognize the word for chocolate. I don't know the German word for chocolate. I assume it's a cognate.
Chocolate.
Yeah. So like and
Chocolate.
and it looks like a hot cocoa packet containers. In there as well is a couple pairs of like seemingly unworn like fuzzy socks with like Christmas motifs on them, and then a collection of like those old plastic single CD cases of various pieces of like holiday music, as well as like a paper, like a cut and folded paper, like what do you call those things like that you string across the wall?
Tinsel?
Garland?
Not like a garland, but like just cheap like
Kramer?
Christmas. Yeah, like Christmas party at your office kind of decorations.
Fun.
Yeah. Merry
Why
Christmas.
does she want us to get this? This hardly seems like something we should be focusing on right now. Not that I don't like, Christmas and stuff, but
Maybe she's losing it a little bit. I don't know.
hmm,
Looking around the room, does it seem like everything else is chill in the cupboard? Like it's all just sort of
Yeah, everything seems to be in order. All
like
of the
we've got
standard rations are all labeled and where they should be.
yeah, nothing is fucked up. Everything is all here and
No.
fine. And
There's like
Okay.
little globs of foam in places occasionally, but like that's everywhere in the base right now. Nothing seems particularly off.
is there like any easily grabbable, like not foamy food supplies?
a bag of Skittles.
I mean, you
Things
have
that would be
months
good
worth.
fuel.
You have months worth of rations just sitting there.
Yeah, but is there like a big box of granola bars I could just like swipe?
I mean, they're like individually packaged into like weekly blocks with different foodstuffs.
Sustenance cube.
Sustenance
No.
cube? Can I grab a
Uh,
couple of sustenance cubes and stack them on top of the box David's holding?
Yeah, you grab a few of the containers of standard rations and stack them on the box.
Just in
Nice.
case.
Just imagine like Isaac grabbing stuff and just like increasingly piling it onto David. It's like
Just in case. We can never be too safe. You never know what room's gonna disappear off the map next.
That's a good call, actually. He'll grab like, is there like a sack or something? Like a
Hmm. A sack.
shopping bag, storage bag that stuff was brought in here. Like,
not that you can see. There's like pallets and crates over in the corner.
How big of a crate?
Like it could fit like 5 or 6 of the supply boxes.
is it the sort that I could
There's also a dolly over in one of the corners.
Ooh,
On our
Isaac's
break?
gonna pull that out.
Yeah, I should bring one of these just in case.
Well, let's put food on it too. As much as we can. And anything else in here that's useful. Is there anything else in here that might be useful in a hypothetical survival situation?
Go ahead to roll to assess the situation.
Oh boy, it'd be so funny.
You could
if I'm
also roll
blacked
to
out
look
right
for
now.
clues. You could also look for clues if you'd like.
Isaac goes on a granola bar hunt, blacks out, dies. Alright, hold on. Assess the situation. Where's that on my sheet? Oh wait, no, I'm gonna do look for clues. That's an 8?
That's a success.
Oh boy. He lives another day.
So
Eating
what
my
were you looking for
granola.
specifically?
Just if there's any like supplies in here that might be of particular use in a survival situation.
There's like emergency kits, not just medical stuff, but like various survival gear like flares and ice picks and stuff.
Ooh,
Um,
grabbing that.
There's also a couple boxes of stuff that appears to be just like general media, like DVDs and just like random stuff that you might use to entertain yourself. There's a box that's got board games in it.
I think Isaac would consider that, but he's gonna use that space for more food and actual survival supplies.
All right. So you're stacking things up onto the dolly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Meanwhile, Frankie has made her way to the IT room and booted up the computer there and popped in her credentials.
Sweet.
And what are you looking for specifically?
I'm just basically seeing what, like, there's got to be like, I guess basically just pinging each of the arrays and seeing like what it returns,
Mhm.
like, or like, there's got to be some kind of like notification of like, okay, God, can I collect my thoughts? Is there a way to like look at individual feeds of information from each of the arrays?
Yeah, you can look at. There's like a diagnostics panel and everything you can look at.
Yeah, that.
You pop that open. One of them is the radio wave equivalent of flatline. It's just disabled entirely, completely offline. One of them appears to be functioning normally and is receiving that same strange repetitive sawtooth signal that you've been receiving. And then one of them just has like a little status thing that just says like main feed disconnected and just some error codes.
Okay. Can I do some digging around in that one to see like what specifically is throwing the errors? Like why?
Yeah, can you roll to repair something?
You bet your fucking ass I can. Uh, 8.
Oh no.
That's a success. You're able to pull up a PDF off of the hard drive that lists all the error codes, and you scroll down through and find that it would appear that one of the relay cables that transmits certain signal ranges is disconnected. It doesn't specify how, it just says that it's disconnected and therefore the array is disabled. But judging by the looks of things, it sounds like there aren't any other major issues with it. It's just like one of the cables has come loose.
Okay. Do I know where it would have come loose?
Not necessarily, but you could try like pinging the thing as you said. So you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Because if it's like something going on like base side, good. If I have to go out to, you know, the array, that's a little bit more of a hassle, but you do what you got to do.
All right. You run some diagnostics, and it appears that you're able to get a ping as far as the array itself.
Okay, cool. So go out to the array and fix it then.
Mhm.
That's fine.
As you go to step away from it, you notice that there's like one little box down at the bottom, another little diagnostic warning.
Okay, what's that?
And you pop it open, and it's just like a little notification of like the title of the little box just says like signal error, but underneath the text just says in all caps just the word Copenhagen over and over and over again.
Of course it does.
Meanwhile, Lucas. Where's Lucas going?
Lucas is just kind of not doing great and has decided to kind of frantically search the whole place, hoping, hey, perhaps I might find someone.
All right. Where does he go?
I forget the rooms.
So there's 4 wings. There's the living wing that has like the common area, the kitchen, and the dorms. There's the utility wing, which has storage and various like stuff. There's the research wing, which has the computer lab, the IT room, and the biophysics lab, and a clean room. And then there's the services wing, which has the medical bay and like offices for the security people and the psychologist and all of that.
Med bay first.
All right. Make your way into the med bay. And it more than other rooms is just full of clumps of foam, and on the floor is just bloody patterns. Just like splatterings of blood.
Define pattern.
Nothing meaningful, just like splats, Rorschach test type ink blood. Like it's not significant. It's just blood. There's just blood everywhere.
Lucas is gonna walk into the room and is there something he can do to maybe like figure out if there's anything important about this room, and if not, somewhere else to go? I forget what role.
You could search for clues.
Yeah, search for clues. Let me do that.
Let's split up and search for clues. Actually, what you're doing right now.
Oh shit, natural 12. And I got +2, or hang on. Yeah, +2 wits. So I got a 14, bro.
Nice.
I figure everything out. Game over.
Okay, Jigsaw.
Lucas beats the game.
Oh.
That's a fucking mode.
Lucas looks around and notices that something that wasn't there before, if he remembers correctly. And there's just a set of footprints in the blood that seem to have stepped into a spot of blood and then walked a little further before they fade. But something about them catches his interest.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Lucas is gonna pause and look at it and think, this is probably, pause to think, is this a wise idea? Is this a logical thing to do when I have the group that I need to stay with? And the urge kind of overpowers it, and he kind of walks over and sees if he can very carefully step on each footstep and just follow it. There's no guarantee. He knows that there's no guarantee that something will happen, but he's kind of desperate, bro. So he just tries.
Step, footstep, having to jump in a few places where it appears that it didn't leave a footprint. But he makes it to the other end of the medical bay and looks out and over to the door that leads back into there's kind of like there's a utility closet with 2 different doors that connects between the medical bay and his own office.
That was there before, correct?
Yes.
So
And the footprints lead up to the door.
Has anything changed?
Not that it's immediately visible.
Hmm. Is there a way I can check to roll to think has anything changed?
Could assess the situation.
Yeah, assess the situation. All right, let's do that. Oh boy. Oh, that's an 8.
That's a success.
Oh, okay.
It looks around and kind of gently opens the door and sees another bloody footprint in there. And just, it dawns on him that there's must be someone else here. None of us would have done that. And Plot said that she couldn't move very far, and she doesn't seem like she's in a condition to be wandering the base. So you suspect that there's something up.
Your boy follows it, keeps going. Let's do it.
Right, you step through, and the utility closet's not very big. It's just a bunch of extra medical supplies and books and things. And you reach the other door, and you see that there's blood on the handle of the door.
Well, on what door?
The doorway into your office.
Open it.
Slowly opens the door and steps in, and they're sitting in his own desk chair across the room from the comfy chair that people tend to sit in while he talks to them. Sitting in that desk chair is Dr. Victoria Plotz.
Oh. Huh. So I'm gonna just stand there. What'd she look like, bro? Is her ear fucked?
Her ear is indeed fucked. But unlike the one you interacted with earlier who had a bandage over it, this one seems to have just like a shredded piece of like t-shirt wrapped around the side of her head. And in one hand, she's holding a handgun.
Oh. And where is it pointed?
Nowhere, just she's holding it. It's just kind of down to the
Alright.
side.
Is she alerted by my presence? Like,
Mm-hmm. She's looking right at you.
I'm gonna just kind of tense up and attempt to forcefully relax my shoulders and lift my head and go, hello?
Hello,
What
Lucas.
what are you doing in here?
Do you remember Scout Williams?
I do. I'm looking for them.
The other me doesn't.
Ruh-roh.
The other me doesn't remember a lot of things.
Yeah.
She doesn't remember why this happened, and she kind of like gingerly taps the side of her head.
Mm.
But I remember why this happened. I remember why Himiko Hayasaka wanted me dead.
Yeah. It seems as if, I mean, it makes sense to me that not everyone would remember, seeing as we're being transported to alternate realities where those things are different. That there are some realities where Scott, or
Oh no.
not him, Scout wasn't really here at all. I presume that there are probably ones where I'm not here either. Do you remember me? I mean, obviously, but do you
I do
remember me
remember you.
supposed to be here? I'm supposed to be here, yes?
Yes, you are. You were here, and you continue to be here. And
Yeah.
I get the impression you don't want to be here any longer.
To be frank, I don't want to leave without Scout. Yes, I don't.
Why are you zooming in, Andrew?
Enhance, Chip.
I definitely don't want to be here, but I do not want to leave without Scout.
As far as I can tell, in this timeline, anyway, Scout Williams never was here. And if she was if they were never here, that means that they are where they were before.
The question is, where am I? Like, I'm here now, but
Andrew, what are you doing?
That was an accident. The last click of the button is right the part.
Go back to normal zoom. No high definition enhanced Chapega.
my question is, if they aren't here, where? I mean, yeah, I presume that they're still around, but what is their opinion on me? Or is our relationship the same? What does all that mean? What if it's not the same? What if I
I
get
can't I can't promise you it's the same. I don't know.
it's crucial that I find them. I find them in a way that lines up with our experience, at least in some capacity. It's fine if it's a little off. I presume it will be at this point. I'm a little off.
You strike me
Things
as a man who's willing to do anything.
in certain situations, I would say so.
Well,
I have a
if there's ever been a situation, this is it.
yeah. Yes, it is.
There's another me on this base.
Yeah.
Another me that doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But another me that's about to stumble into what's going on.
Yeah.
She reaches under the desk and pulls out another Tupperware full of foam. This right here is the key.
Hmm.
I don't remember every detail, but I know why I'm here.
And why is that?
I'm a bridge. I'm a connecting point. I'm the glue that puts back together things that have been broken. And I can promise you that you'll get to see them again if you can just help me. Just this once.
Yep. Will do. Whatever you want, I'll do it.
We need to have the arrays back online. I need to be able to make that handshake.
Yeah. All right.
And once that door is open, well, you'll be able to make things right.
Yeah.
She puts down and slides the handgun across the desk.
Why? Looked at the gun.
No one else is going to understand. They're going to try to stop you. But remember that they're inconsequential. They're just one possible version of themselves.
Yeah.
Nothing we do here matters unless you can get that array online.
I think I understand. Yeah.
I need you to go out there and reconnect it.
All right. Lucas takes the gun Is there a way it can be holstered in a hidden way?
Kind of like awkwardly tuck it into your belt, I assume.
Yeah, awkwardly tuck it into belt and attempt to pull shirt over it in a way that makes it hidden.
Mm-hmm.
I
All right.
forget what the array is, but Lucas knows what it is. You'll have to re-explain. But
What is?
the array, I already forget. I know what it is,
It's
but I
those-
forget.
the big satellite dishes out in the snow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Frankie, what is Frankie up to?
So Frankie got the ping that it was disconnected at the array side. So probably still bundled up and gonna go check on that just because, like, I don't know, man. Every time I've tried to come up with an escape route, shit's gone fucked up 6 ways to Sunday, so like might as well.
All right. So you're gonna head back up to the roof and make your way across the snowbanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna find like some snowshoes or something because there's no way I'm post-holing this.
All right. You go to where the access hatch is and rifle through the closet and find some snowshoes. And as Frankie leans down to strap the second snowshoe in, there's a small, feels like cold metal pressed to the back of her head,
Oh no.
followed by the click of a revolver snap, like hammer being pulled back.
Okay. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this fucking once. Unless you know how to fix the shit out in that snow, you do not pull that goddamn trigger. I don't care who you are. I've had it up to here for some crazy fucking Koyo with a goddamn agenda to be putting something on the back of my head. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up, and if I feel I'm going to stand up, and you're going to take whatever shit you have against the back of my head away from it.
There's a brief pause, and then you just hear in a kind of strangely soothing motherly voice, all I'm asking of you is you do not go out there. You do not touch that array.
Whose voice is it?
It's a woman's voice, slightly older, a little bit gravelly,
They got MILFs in the Antarctic?
but distinctly German. Sounds like Dr. Victoria Platz.
I'm going to turn around, and you're going to put the gun away. Can we do that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Frankie stands up and turns around.
There's Victoria Platz, completely uninjured, and holding in one hand a metal flashlight,
Oh, you.
and in the other
In the other.
A pen.
Nope.
A spud.
A
For
spud
fuck's
with a
sake.
trigger.
God damn it.
And the other.
A lighter. Just like a large metal lighter.
Hookah. Okay. You got me. You got me. Congratulations, you got me.
Are you going outside?
I've had people point actual guns at me for not going outside, so this feels confusing. You got some devious master plan for getting us out of this base?
No.
So you expect me?
I won't lie to you, Frankie.
Okay, that'll be a first.
I understand that things are very, very confusing right now. And this is a big ask, but I've made a serious mistake.
Understatement of the fucking century. Your point.
The only way that mistake can be rectified is if we don't do anything.
Okay. Explain. No more of this cloak and dagger shit. Give me a clear explanation of what happens if I go out there, and give me a clear explanation of if I don't.
If you go out there and reconnect that array, you're looking at a complete collapse of the reality we currently exist in. It will be overlaid on top of the one previous to it.
Okay.
Every single being that exists in both timelines will merge. And if that happens, then I will be overwritten. Because I know that there's a part of me, there's a version of me that wants that collapse to happen. This will have been the third.
Third collapse.
The third possibility erased. She, and by she I mean I, trying to play God.
With the end goal being.
If you could look at every single possible outcome of every single human being's life and somehow collapse them all down to the best possible one, create a perfect world where nothing bad ever happens. Would you do that?
If you could kill a man, would you?
What are you for fuck's sake?
That's a damn good philosophical question you got there.
That's what she's going to try to do.
How do you determine what the best possible outcome is, though?
Well, I suppose that's up to her.
How the fuck does she know what the best possible outcome is? Fuck that. No. Absolutely not. Humans are a cavalcade of fuck ups just waiting to happen. Like, I suppose if you take the monkeys and typewriters approach, yeah, there's some universe out there where literally everyone makes the best possible decision, but no. No. No.
Then we have an agreement. You and I
suppose.
and everyone else on this base, we're going to have to die.
There's the other shoe. Okay. Yep.
I know that this is a lot to ask of you. In fact, it's the most I could ever ask of anyone. But the consequences here could be catastrophic.
Okay. I got here because I unintentionally killed people. The last meaningful decision that I'm going to make is how painlessly I can intentionally kill a few more.
As you say that, you notice that there's someone standing there watching you two. Just down the hallway.
Who is it? Knock knock, who's there?
It's Lucas.
Oh boy. How much of this conversation have I heard?
Like the last few sentences.
I forget what those are already. Repeat. I don't, but like repeat them so I know exactly
Basically,
which.
Plots saying that everyone here needs to die, and Frankie basically saying, okay.
What the fuck?
Yes, up there.
Okay, just want to make it clear right now. That's bullshit, all right? She's full of shit. Just. No, we're not gonna just fucking die. Jesus Christ. We need to get. Oh, what are the things called again? I know what they're called. Brain is just
Array.
shorting out. We need to get the arrays back up.
And okay, here's a question, follow-up question. Can all of the different Victoria Plotzes exist at once in the same room?
I just met an additional one, so it appears, I mean, I can tell, it appears that there is currently 3, and we know what happened last time. But to be clear, in my eyes, at least I know, this is supposed to happen. We are supposed to be like this. This is the way we get out. Not by dying, but by fusing. It's the goal. We have to do this. We have to get the arrays back on.
That's what getting out looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, here we go. So, our options are, because whatever version timeline that we're in currently, something fucked up because we're not making out of it here alive. Because our hangar bay is fucked. And the path to getting out would be turning on that array to get a better, like, being able to signal rescue. But if we turn on that array, boom, merge. So we either cease to exist or we die here in the cold.
Why would that be cease to exist, bro? It would be exist. All of us exist. That's the point altogether. It's what we have to do. That's the point of all this. What else are we going to do? You think we're just going to escape this? No. We've already been through enough. It's very clear that nothing. That's not. We're not easily just gonna get out. If we could, we would have been able to at this point. We just have to do it this way. There's no other way.
So we go all merge and go soup brained, where we've got the cryptologist fucking remembering different lives and thinking he's still married. Like,
Yeah, I remember different things too, and honestly, I'm better off for it.
fine. You go grab the plots that you just talked to. I'll take this one here. Let's let the three of them talk this one out.
Honestly, Lucas is like, yeah, if things get bad, I know what I'll do. He doesn't say that. Sure, fuck it. I mean, my question is, what is the plan if we do that? Because at the end of the day, we still need to get the arrays back online.
Nobody has been able to give me a good fucking answer as to what, like, any of the ramifications of any of the actions that I plan on taking. Like, okay, long story short, I'm the crux right now. Because I'm probably maybe the only person with the technical knowledge to restart that array. So before I do anything, I want to have a really good understanding of what the outcomes of my action or inaction will be. And I think having 3 plots is whoop.
Oh no. Oh, oofa doofa.
That's not good.
Is she still having internet problems up there?
I don't know.
Probably. I mean, I don't think our router back in New Hampshire has been updated since 2011, so
Oh, hello.
Hello. Discord froze up on me for some reason. Continue.
okay. As I was saying, basically, I want all 3 Victorias to explain to me the ramifications of my action or inaction before I do anything, because I am the only one on this base with the technical knowledge to repair that array.
Honestly, Lucas is just like, yeah, cool. Because I know what I can do if Frankie cannot be convinced through traditional means. So I go, all right, let's do it. One of the plots is in my office, and we know where the other one is, if I remember correctly, because it's not like she can go anywhere. So I guess this one we need. I'm going to look at this current plots, and it's like, I'm just going to point blank say, if you don't go with us, I assure you this is the wisest decision. There will understand that there are specific reasons that you should be doing this. I won't say additional, just trust me, this is the only option.
She kind of just gravely nods.
Sorry, Doc. Price of doing business.
All right. So y'all go to collect the third one from the office.
Yep, here we go.
You push open the door to your office, and she's still sitting in the chair, just leafing through a book.
Cool. Honestly, I mean, I'll just be blunt. Donovan wants. Actually, I'm gonna make sure that I go into the room first and leave the other plots outside first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say I'll be frank. Donovan, at the very least, wants some kind of explanation for things. And so part of that is having, I don't know, you in the same room as another one of the versions of you. And I feel like this is a method. We should go about this method first.
Understood. She stands up and puts the book down.
I'm going to say, do you think that you can handle this kind of thing?
Well,
Because there's a version, actually 2 versions of you that didn't handle it that great.
I either do or I don't, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
David and Isaac, I assume, have made their way back to the common space with their various boxes of goodies.
Our spoils of war against the closet.
Mm-hmm.
As Plot sees you walk in, and she notices that the boxes. Oh, excellent! Thank you. Could you just slide that over here?
Sure.
And she grabs from behind her. She pops open the box and grabs from behind her a thermos. And pulls the lid off. Filled this thing up like yesterday. It stays pretty damn hot in there, huh? And then pops open a packet of hot cocoa and dumps it in and mixes it. It's not as good without milk, but honestly, the dehydrated milk is pretty disgusting. I'll just stick with the water for now. She rifles around in the box and pulls out a CD. Perfect. And pops the CD player open. It's just like generic Christmas music track. And pops that in. At the very least, we can enjoy ourselves until we figure this thing out and someone comes to pick us up, huh?
I guess. Isaac's just gonna like stare at her, like, how could you be thinking about Christmas at a time like this?
Just kind of looks back up at you and sips her hot cocoa. I understand that things are stressful, but I've found that just taking the time to step aside from it and try to relax, get yourself through things. Self-care, I suppose. Here, you want some? Pulls out like a little disposable cup and offers to pour you some hot cocoa.
Yeah, he'll take it. Why not?
All right.
Sure.
She's drinking from it too, so it's not poisonous.
You're so paranoid.
I feel like Isaac has so much reason to be extremely paranoid. Rooms are disappearing. We lost
She
the
hands you a
nuclear
cup of-
reactor.
She hands you both a cup of hot cocoa and kind of just awkwardly kind of sit-ish. She's gathered a bunch of her papers up and set them aside. And has her laptop set to be playing a little like feed of a Yule log. It's a little Christmas
There's
vibe.
still what? There's no internet, is there? There's no internet, is there?
She has it preloaded on the PC.
I
What
see,
the
I
fuck
see.
is wrong with this woman? Who
She likes
preloads a
the
Yule
holidays.
log? Who's preloading Yule logs?
She likes the holidays. Jeez.
Bizarre.
And after about 30 seconds, she says, "Oh, forgot to press the play button." Leans over and presses play on her little CD player. As she does so, a determined and yet confused Frankie steps into the room, followed by not one, but two Dr. Victoria Platzes and Lucas.
As soon as they come in, Isaac's gonna look at all of them and then just kind of put his face, as much of his face as he physically can, into the cup of hot cocoa. I do not see it.
And as they step into the room, the first track of her little Christmas album starts playing. And just hear crystal clear voice sing, "Do you hear what I hear?"
Oh, the creepiest one. Great. The Jingle Bells or something like that.
Next week will be the finale.
Oh boy, we're all gonna
We wish you
die.
a Merry Christmas. We
We're all
wish you a
gonna
Merry
die.
Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy. You die.